Hello friends, it's been a while. Sorry I've been away. I've been very busy with school. Today I want to show you my new little watercolor palette. I got this a few months back when I was in China, but I didn't have time to open it until July. You might notice that I sound a bit different, but that is because my teeth are still going through some changes. After I broke one of my front teeth, now I need to fix the alignment. But anyway, I got this palette because I was very intrigued by the design. When I first saw it on Rednote, I knew I wanted to get one. I think it's so smart. It has a place for water and sponge. And it also got these legs, so it can kind of write on a sketchbook. It's kind of a weird way to describe it. It can be clipped onto a sketchbook. The woman who designs and makes this palette, her name is Neena. She is based in China, and I believe she has a store for international purchases. Her palettes are customizable, and there are lots of different colors and different sizes to choose from. The palettes will take her like a month or so to produce. The model I chose has 16 slots. I took some time to decide what colors I want to bring with me, because I cannot really change the colors once they dried in the pan. And of course it depends on what I'm planning to sketch with it. And this summer I really want to paint more people. It's a very challenging subject matter, so I really want to work on that. I might also want to paint florals, trees, animals, and cities, summer life, things like that. So I need colors that are intensively vibrant. I need a big color gamut that can be very flexible. So that's my first requirement. That's also why there's so many quinacridones and phthalos in here, as well as opera rose. I try to avoid any honey-based paints, especially during the summer months, and especially outside, because I really don't want them to make a mess in my bag. It can get very humid here in Gothenburg in the summer months, so I want the paints to dry properly in this palette. But I still expect all the colors here to be very easy to re-wet. This green color I'm mixing here, I used Hansa Yellow Medium from Daniel Smith and phthalo Blue Red Shade from Winsor Newton. This is a combination that I discovered a few months back. I like that it's not too saturated to be artificial, but it's still vibrant enough for lush summer greens. My next requirement is that all the paints here should have very nice mixing properties. I need them to be predictable and they play nicely with each other. Since I don't have any earthy colors in here, I rely on orange and greens to mix colors like yellow ochre and any other muted warm tones. So all the colors, they have to work well together. My last requirement is it needs to be able to mix very deep, dark, and saturated colors. For this, I heavily rely on quinacridone burnt orange, winsor violet, and indanthrene blue. With these colors, I'm able to mix a good variety of inky darks. I can then mix in red or green or magenta to adjust the hue. The white on this palette is a combination of white gouache and titanium white watercolor from Sennelier. This is because I want a white paint with more body to it, but I also don't want to deal with the cracking. So the honey in Sennelier's paint really helps with that. So this is how the palette looks like when the paints have dried. I think it looks so cute. I decided to put the water on the larger slot on the right side and then the other one for mixing blues. The little gap on top is perfect for a piece of sponge or towel, anything to dry the brushes with. And when I'm done painting, I will just use some paper towel to soak up the dirty water and then I can get going. On the right side of the mixing space, I decided to use the larger space for warmer colors, from yellow to pink to all the earth tones. Since I don't have yellow ochre or raw sienna here, I use May green and Winsor orange to get a similar color. The benefit of doing it this way is that I can control how yellow and how orange the colors are. And if I want a more Indian red, like a brick color, I can just mix in a little bit of quinacridone magenta. So I really feel like I'm able to mix all the colors I want with this palette. I'm very excited to go outside and sketch. So far, I find this palette to be very easy to use and it's very sturdy. But I also must admit that I've never been very good at painting outside. I get very nervous and I'm just so used to painting in the comfort of my own home. So I really hope this summer I'm able to take up the challenge and sketch more outside. I will keep you updated about this little palette. I will probably have more opinions once I use it for a month or two. I will keep you guys updated in the community post. Okay, so I was curious about how much does it actually weigh. It was just 58 grams, which is like 2 ounces. That's like nothing. And even with my entire painting kit, it's just a little over 1 pound. That's very manageable. So that is all for today. It was nice talking to you again, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!